How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a very exciting video. I have something very excited planned, and no, it wasn't the shoes. So today, guys, I'm gonna be starting my very first tip from Thomas. So what that is every Tuesday, I'm gonna be trying to come with a new tip, a new technique, something that I use as a beginner, intermediate photographer, videographer, and implement into my tool belt in my day-to-day workflow, my day-to-day routine, to help improve on my videography, my photography, and just my creative abilities in general. So I'm going to be trying to share that with other beginner, intermediate photographers to show progress in my real life work and what steps I am taking to get to where I want to go. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the very first tip from Thomas. So today I'll be sharing something that I do almost all the time, because with me being so busy with school and work and just my day-to-day life, I just don't have time to line up shoots and book shoots with, you know, friends and family, just because our schedules just don't line up. And so I find myself oftentimes out shooting, on photo walks, whatever the case may be. I'm out and about and I want a subject to shoot in a nice environment, but I just don't have a subject. So what do? I improvise and I put myself as a subject by using a camera and a tripod. So really, that's all you need. It's just a camera, a tripod, and yourself, and you can be on your way to taking banger photos and videos like these, and this, and this. So all those photos were taken by me with just my tripod and my camera, and honestly I think that it very much helps your creative abilities when you look at a environment and think of a composition and just experiment and try shooting something. Because a lot of times when you're out actually shooting for somebody, like whether it's self-portraits or it's a wedding or whatever the case is, you're kind of worried about making sure the composition is perfect, and you're not really wanting to experiment with new ideas, new compositions, new lighting, whatever the case is. You're just not trying to experiment because you just don't want to ruin it and have it be bad. So with going out and just shooting by yourself, you aren't limited by somebody else's, whether that's time or whether it's quality. You can take bad photos and get away with it because you're practicing and you're learning something. So how did I take these photos? So first, what I do is I walk around my environment, whether that's a landscape environment, urban, downtown, street, whatever the case is. I walk around and I try to figure out what subject, what composition I actually want if I were to have a subject. If I were to have the luxury of just being able to be like, hey, you go there and then squat down like that. No, I don't have that. So I shoot myself. So I think about how I'd actually want it structured if there was somebody. After I think about that for a little bit, I place my tripod where I would actually be shooting if I was the actual photographer. I set my camera up on it. I set the focus. I set the timer on it, so that way I have 10 seconds to run, get in place. I have my camera set to shoot 10 photos. And the reason I shoot 10 photos is because I want to be able to change up my pose, my posture, whatever the case is. I wanted to be able to have a variety of shots in that time, because would take a whole lot of time just to go run, wait 10 seconds, take one photo, okay, come back. So anyways, I take those 10 shots. After those 10 shots, I review them, see if I like them or not. If the composition is just horrible, I switch it up. So during that time, I'm just following that sequence and just changing it up, changing up the composition, changing up the focal length, changing up my position, changing up my pose, all that stuff. I change it until I find something I like. And during that whole process, I learn a lot. So what I learned from these experiences is what works and what doesn't. So that way, when I'm actually shooting somebody or I'm shooting an event that actually I don't have the room to mess up in, I know what works and what doesn't, which builds on my abilities, and I can see actual progress when I actually go out into the field and shoot other people. All right, so I do have a few examples. Those photos I showed earlier, I have a couple videos of me actually taking those photos. So I'm gonna go ahead and play those now and let you guys kind of see the behind the scenes of how I actually went about that, because there's no point in being able to just tell you without being able to see how to actually go about doing it. So why don't you go ahead and take a look at these videos.
So this is that area I was talking about. Want to get this shot kind of right through here. I might go actually a little further back because I like that snow right here on these trees. So right through here is where I actually had it. All right, guys. So I got the camera all set up here. What I'm gonna have to do is set my timer to 10 seconds. And then what I'll have to do is actually run straight through here to set up right in between these bushes or trees or whatever you want to call them with the snow on them. We'll set it right in between there. Have the camera take a couple shots. I have to get the right focus distance that I know I'm in focus when I run down there. And then it'll take the 10 shots, review them, and see how they turn out. All right. Let me change that focus distance real quick. I'm gonna change it to right about there. All right, so the camera is focused. It's ready to take this shot. I'm gonna hit start. I got 10 seconds to get in a position and drop my keys and stuff. So that way I'm not jingling around. Throw that hood up, and go from there. So let's see. All right, ready? Okay. All right, they got taken. So let's see what it looks like.
All right, so the key thing to note about that is I loved the scenery like you saw in the video. I had to get that shot. But the thing is when I was doing it, I realized afterwards that I could have done things better in terms of when I ran to go get in position, I was knocking snow off of the branches and the trees and the bushes around me, which took away from the impact of it being just like, I wanted it to be like an untamed, just supernatural photo, but you could see that I have been there by knocking off all the snow and ruining my picture. Also, I'm sure down the road I might wanted to have edited it differently, but I like the way they turned out. And the reason I like it was because it was something that I went out and I created and I did something. So at the end of the day, that's what we're gonna be trying to do, is go out and experiment and find new things by yourself. Because if you worry about always having to shoot with all these photography buddies and videography buddies like you see on YouTube, you're not gonna get where you wanna go. You have to go do it yourself, and you can't make any excuse as to why you're not. So I think that these tools are gonna help you figure that out. So with all that being said, I think I might try something. These new babies here, get that in focus. With those, I think I'm gonna try to shoot some banger photos and maybe a couple B-roll sequences with these shoes with just me. So have nobody else shooting, nobody else taking pictures, and see what we can do. So let's try it out and see what we got. For those of you that are still here, thank you for staying. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love it. For those of you that might have picked something up, use it. Tag me in your photos. Follow me on Instagram and tag me. I want to see what you guys have come up with. Something that you guys have taken by yourself and that you guys are proud of by making from start to finish all by yourself. No help from nobody else. Because at the end of the day, I think that's when you're most creative. So I want to see what you guys made. If you guys want to see what I've made with the photos and the videos that I've taken of these new kicks, stay to the end of the video. I'll be sharing them. I'll probably post some on my Instagram too. So be sure to subscribe if you pick something up, learn something new. If you're trying something that I have been teaching, let me know. Let me know how it's going for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, comment, all that good stuff. And until the next week, you guys have a great rest of your week. Like that there. Yeah. Go create, go make, Go do something that you like to do every single day, because that's when you're happiest. Catch you guys next time.